I hope you guys had a beautiful Mother's Day weekend. I went out, we bought some luggage because we needed new luggage to add to whatever we already had. I literally lounged and was pampered, which is really, really nice. Today, we are going to play around with the items from my paid Ipsy, only because A, I'm curious about the concealer, and B, Ipsy got back to me. I told you guys I was going to reach out to Ipsy and say, hey, you guys messed up my box. I got one item that I wasn't supposed to get and didn't get what I was supposed to get. Unfortunately, Ipsy no longer has their, their 1-800 number, nor do they have like an actual support website, email. So the only way to get through to Ipsy is through their bot. Back in the day, their bot was kind of annoying. Like when it first launched, I was not super happy about the bot, but this bot was very proactive in a weird AI kind of way. So it asked all the questions. It was like, select the item that's missing. Was it damaged or was it missing? Everything else okay? Yes. Verify your email, verify your address. I did that. And then I said, okay, like your replacement is on the way. The reason why we selected this box to play around with today is because, girl, I got home and it's here. I was like, really? It's here. So of course I was curious as to what they ended up sending. They actually sent me what I was supposed to get to begin with. So it's kind of cool because I did get like the ordinary is a full-size extra item. And I was very curious about this. This is apparently, it says, just like a clean and clear morning dew with a burst of fresh energy and moisture. It is not the morning. My eyebrows are done. I have zero makeup on the skin because I wanted to play around with product. But I do have my box right here, so we're going to go ahead and play with it. I am not going to apply the ordinary because, again, like, this is an SPF and I'm not going to pop this on the face. But we do have the lid. We have the Say Shades by Sean and Smashbox. And technically this Smashbox, I am going to put it as a backup because I have one already that I already owned. I just wiped my eyebrows clean. I laminated them yesterday, so this is what they look like on their own. I'm just trying to make sure they're kind of like dry. We are going to begin at the beginning. So we're going to play around with the items from my paid box. I still kind of want to play around with the items from like the ultimate and the extra. Let me know what you want to see next. If you want to see me just kind of put all of those two together or what. This product over here, we never got to unbox because it's not like I was supposed to get it and I didn't. So this is the Sorosy Calming Cream. She's going to look like, so see, that doesn't make sense. If they had it, why not add it to my box? And so the bot said, well, you know, it didn't talk to me like it was human. It was like very dry, right? But it was like when they run out of a product, they would replace it with something equal to. The price on this is going to be somewhere up here. Given the price, was it an equivalent product to get the ordinary? No, it wasn't. So that doesn't make sense. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and move right along. Wait, what are the instructions? Because they do have it in English. Apply a small amount evenly as the final step of your skincare routine. Gently pat for better absorption. So I am going to use this to moisturize. We're going to smell her. We're going to see what she's giving. This is going to be like a dusty lavender. The suitcase that I selected is this color. I'm so excited for it. Am I usually like into girly colors? No, I normally go for like black. Y'all know that. This doesn't smell like anything. You guys know I normally go for like black, but I am really excited because isn't this such a cute color? The moment and it has texture. It doesn't really smell like anything. The moment that I saw the suitcase from afar, I was like, okay, I think I want that color. And then Ty ended up getting a periwinkle one with different texture. I don't think, so you know when you smell something and you're like, it feels like it wants to smell like something, but it doesn't? That's what I'm thinking. I am going to apply some under the eye just to add a little bit of hydration. And out here, I washed my face and I toned, but because I'm applying makeup, I don't do like a lot of skincare, especially if we're just gonna be playing around with product for today. I feel like I look tanner. I haven't tanned. Okay, we're gonna let this sit on the skin. Let's move on to the Shades by Sean. 1, 2, 3, 4. There was one more item. The primer, 5. Got it. So let's try her. My hands are like slippery. I want to allow the skin to absorb it because I don't want my skin to feel like super oily or greasy. Shades by Sean. I showed you the applicator. She's gonna look like, so what's funny is my nails and the applicator are pretty much the same color. I'm gonna use, because I don't have like really full brows, I'm going to use the very like short side, it feels dry. Wait. It feels like there's nothing on there. It's combing, but let me use the fluffy side instead. Fluffy side on this side, right? It feels a little wetter, but because it's so fluffy, it's flexible. So like this eyebrow looks way more like sculpted, and then this one looks pretty bunched up. The thin side seems to like work better for my eyebrow, so I'm gonna go to the thin side, the short side. See, the short side works a lot better. The longer side is a little too flexible for my eyebrows. I'm not saying I hate it, I'm just telling you how I feel. We'll see how this dries down and whether or not the eyebrow looks pretty afterwards. Is it going to feel crusty or like hairspray or the got-to-be gel? Because if they feel tight and like hard, I don't know that I'll love it. So I'm gonna leave this to the side. We already know the shorter side works best, but my eyebrows look pretty decent. Let's just wait till this dries down. The moisturizer feels good. It dried down like a normal moisturizer. It's not too oily, it's not too tacky, it's nothing. It just feels like a moisturizer. So we're gonna move on with the photo finish really quickly. I'm familiar with this product, so I'm not gonna do the most in the sense of like, let me show you step by step. I'm gonna fill in this area. I did like a nice little square. I'm skipping the under eye. You do not want to overbuild product. I did apply a little bit of the moisturizer, whatever was left under the eye, but that's it. You don't want to over apply product under there. I am just going to apply this on the skin. Now I do have pretty good skin, I will admit that, but you'll notice I have that, then I have a little bit of texture, and it's not a lot, it's just I'm going through a hormonal change right now, and then I do have enlarged pores here. So applying some of this primer in those areas is going to help not only blur, but smooth it and or fill it, like in these enlarged areas, fill it so when you apply your base, your skin tint, it's going to not only allow it to wear so much more like longer and more beautifully, but your skin is gonna have like the most perfect airbrushed finish. Entonces look, I know that on camera, and this is a 4K, so on camera maybe, just maybe you're not noticing too much of a difference, but in person I do see like this here looks flawless compared to here, and when the light hits it you can see that I have enlarged pores, and I feel like somebody's making noise in the kitchen, so I'm sorry. Also, it's been on and off wanting to rain, so it's very possible that I look lighter, that I look darker, which means that as the sun comes and goes, because it's kind of like partly cloudy, I may end up looking a little orange, because that's the risk that I take with having the window open back there. Okay, so I'm gonna keep blending this in. I just kind of wanted to show you what I was saying. Look, it's on the skin, it dries down, sets, and this is what you're gonna look like. So if you just wanted to smooth out your skin, you can. You can literally apply that and go about your day, and no one will know that you have anything perfecting your skin, if you will. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the next product, which would be my base. And no, I didn't get it in the box, but you know, I gotta show you guys what it is that I'm using. I'm gonna go in with the LYS. We all know she is loved. I'm gonna skip the under eye. We're just gonna apply a little bit, like that. And then I'll do some on the nose, on the sides. And we're gonna blend her real quick. The shade did initially look like it would look really good under my eyes. So I'm gonna have it. I really don't like the applicator. And no, I have not actually used this since I did the review and like the first impressions. But as you guys can see, I've dipped in here a few times to get a decent amount of product. Now this is a hydrating, kind of like a dewier type of formula. I'm even gonna go down here. So we'll see once I apply some powder. And then I'm gonna begin by blending. This brush is absolutely amazing. Nikki LaRose and BK Beauty N19. Look at the shape. You need her, because look how she gets in there. I am going to press this baby in and bring her out like so. It doesn't look crazy yellow. I'm not mad at it. It really does not look crazy yellow. Look at the difference. With some powder, girl. This applicator, it's kind of annoying. I'm gonna, here. It is a great shade match for my face though. Like if I wanted to use this to like spot conceal certain areas, I can get away with it. I feel like once we put it complete, like together, all together, it'll make a little more sense. What do you think? Let's go ahead and powder her. I wanna see it up up close. The dewiness kind of goes away once you have set it, which is nice. And it doesn't like look super glowy afterward. I think the finish is really nice. I'm not even mad at her. You guys, with that primer, take a look at the skin. It looks so good. I'm not even mad at it. But do you see how like smooth and flawless it looks? We're just gonna add to it. And even though you're piling on more and more product, it just looks so good. Like, it is a tried and true for me for sure. Let me go ahead and bronze real quick. All right, friends, now we're gonna move on to the lip. But before we do, take a look at the eyebrows. I wanna give you guys a quick little follow-up. You know what this feels like? It looks good. They're not shiny, which I like. And I can still move my eyebrows. Like, it doesn't feel crazy tight, but you know what it feels like? In my opinion, it feels like the Got2b gel. Remember back in the day, I used to like buy the full-on gel and then apply that as if it was a brow gel. And then like a few years later, they ended up releasing a tube of it that looked like a mascara, but it was for your eyebrows. That's what it looks like. That's what it feels like. I don't know how much, I don't remember how much this goes for. But if it's cheaper than Got2b, it makes sense to get this. And if it's not cheaper than Got2b, then get the Got2b because it literally feels like the same. Moving on to the very last product, it's going to be the Lip Hydration Lip Balm, which we have already. It's a lip balm gloss. I already kind of showed you what it looked like. And I feel like today's simple. I'm going to curl my lash. Hold on. There we go. It's a little more awake. Today's makeup clearly turned out super duper like everyday simple. So why not? Now this one is in the shade Melt. I went with the peachy shade versus the pinky nude I ended up getting. You know, for everyday, this is so pretty. And it was very comfortable. It doesn't leave a tint, which is kind of like what's on trend right now. Only provides a little bit of a hue, but I think it's so pretty for like everyday natural. And it's great for a bag, great size, very comfortable, and it doesn't leave your lips feeling weird and sticky. Just don't over apply, because if you do, it's gonna settle like here and it's super gross. Like as you're talking, you feel it kind of like moving, and that's not sexy. All right, friends, here is the completed look. The skin is skinning with the Smashbox primer, girl. And my under eyes, actually, they look really nice. I feel like once I applied the powder and mattified it, it blends in really well. It doesn't look super crazy. It doesn't look super bright either. It's a shade that's workable. I do not love the applicator. There's no reason why I'm working so hard to get enough product in order to cover one eyeball. Like that was a lot for me. And given that it's Say, I feel like they could have done a little better or a lot better with their applicator. A basic, affordable applicator would have been great. It didn't have to be anything super fancy. And that just wasn't it. The moisturizer dried down pretty well. Did not make my makeup or my skin feel super tacky and weird, but it did hydrate, which is really nice. Of course, I feel like this is gonna be one of those things because I'm normal combo that I'm going to use mainly for like just a no makeup day, just to hydrate, versus applying like makeup on top, only because I'm in Florida and it's super crazy humid over here. And I already told you guys how I feel about the brow gel, and my brows are looking really, really good. I'm not even mad at it. Hey friends, if I got my stuff a week ago, that means that you guys already have your stuff. Let me know what is your favorite item out of your box. I don't care if you got the extra. I don't care if you got the ultimate. I don't care if you got the bag. This month, what was the one item that stood out to you that you were like, this is amazeballs out of your variation? My friends, thank you so much for clicking and watching. If you're still here, you are a real one, and I really, really appreciate you. If you're new here, I hope you enjoyed today's video and consider hitting that subscribe button. I do have my most recent videos in the description box linked there in case you are interested. If you missed any of them and you are one of my viewers, make sure you go check that out because YouTube is not sending out notifications like they used to or alerting my viewers. So I'd really appreciate it if you decided to go check those out. And yeah, you guys, that is it for today's video. YouTube is going to recommend 2 videos here on screen that I believe you're going to enjoy. So I hope you consider checking it out, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.